also once said, painting is just another way of keeping a diary. Painting is more than just colors on an object. It is a way to show feelings and send warnings, and it has been around for thousands of years. Painting, along with many other things, has evolved, and the earliest forms of painting we have found dated back to over 30,000 years ago, and that is cave painting. Cave painting is made of dirt and charcoal and spit and animal fat mixed and pulverized in hollows of caves, and they would break down the clay with animal bones. They used cave paintings we don't know the actual motive for cave paintings, but we believe it was used for religious and magic reasons. And it's going backwards.
Is that the first one?
No. This is a picture of a sacred bull, and that shows one of the religious reasons. And this is a picture to show the magic reasons. They would paint pictures of chase to have, because they'd hope that when they paint something like this, that more herds would show up for the chase. And people for a long time believed that men would paint these paintings because it was chase related, but researchers have found that for the most part that the majority of the paintings were painted by women, and they know this because the hands on the walls suggest women hands. The women have their fingers, like their ring fingers and index fingers, are about the same length, and men tend to have the index finger longer than the ring finger. Now that I've talked about cave painting, I'd like to go forward a couple hundred years to North American body painting. North American people used to paint their faces and bodies and even their animals with clay powder mixed with bear grease or buffalo tallow. And they used this not only to represent war, because a lot of people think that they only did war paint, but they also did ceremonial face paint. And the ceremonial face paint represented their self-expression, so they painted their faces themselves, and it was to show who they are. And the war paint was used on both the person and their horse to show the united relationship of one another. And this is a picture of the ceremonial. I don't know what it means because it didn't say. And this is war paint. And everyone in the tribe would paint themselves. It just depended on the person and how they wanted to show. And I also found that some people would paint their face completely black if they had just lost a family member. So it also shows what has happened to them in their life. Now that I have talked about North American body painting, it's time to come to the present and show modern painting. Many people use just regular acrylic paint and spray paint, and it is used to represent themselves and express their feelings. And many people do it in different ways now. Some people do it on walls, like graffiti, and many people think of this as vandalism, but personally, and a lot of people I have met, think that this is art. And then others tattoo themselves to permanently show a time in their life or something that means something to them. And that's a tattoo. And for example, my brother actually got a tattoo on his rib cage, and it's stated like a medical term, but it's a philosophy. And others, and probably what I would say is the least common, is canvas painting. And that is just painting on a normal piece of paper or a large canvas. And it's done by everybody now. And so in conclusion, painting has evolved over the years, but the general main purpose has stuck around and will always be more than just paint on an object. And as Pablo Picasso once said, painting is just another way of keeping a diary, and I can definitely agree with that.
All right, very good.